Welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. This is a Crimson Trace Hardline Pro scope sent to me from Sportsman Gun Centre. Now, the Hardline Pro is available in different formats, but this is the 6-24x50, which means it's a 6x to 24x magnification with a 50mm objective lens. And this one's set up with the Mil reticle and Mil adjustments. You can also have it in a minute of angle version too. Now, with it being first focal plane as well, that means as you zoom in, the reticle gets bigger, but it stays in complete correlation with the target picture. The Mil radian reticle has aim off marks, so you can aim off easily in mil segments. The clicks are 0.1 milliradians, which means it's 10mm at 100 meters. And of course, everything works in complete metric decimal correlation. The scope comes with a 100mm sunshade, and it also has beautiful anodizing on it so you don't drag the skin dust off your fingers. It's got elasticated lens caps, so these clip on front and back, and because you can take that lens shade off if you don't want to. At this time of the year, it's not really doing much for blocking the sun out, but it's raining constantly, so it's very pleasant to keep the water off the recessed lens inside. The turret's on top, as I say, milliradians. There's 20 milliradians of vertical and horizontal adjustment for windage and elevation, so you can zero it simple and easily on target. You can see that on screen here. Adjustments are both tactile and audible clicks, so if you're not looking specifically at it, you can count the clicks and make sure you're making the correct adjustment. If you're trying to make fast backup shots, you know, between aiming off for the wind or aiming off using the reticle, making adjustments for long-term primary adjustment. Parallax control on the side runs from 50 meters, and that enables you to shoot most centerfires and rimfires at greater distances. The illumination on the left hand side has got 10 settings on it for the actual reticle inside, and you can set that up at about 6 or 7 in daylight and it doesn't bleed out. I was obviously trying to use this scope some very interesting weather conditions on some of the days I was using it, and having good image quality was very important for those moments when the bad air quality and the fog did break through to shoot. Magnification adjustment is on the collar here. That's got really nice knurling on it. It's machined into the aluminium and it's equally anodized, so you've got good grip and it's not going to show marks on it. That matches the similar knurling on both the windage, elevation and parallax illumination settings as well. I was using Element Optic scope rings on this one. These are 30mm high dovetail rings which suited that rifle perfectly. Obviously different rifles are going to need different rings, Picatinny, dovetail, etc, but the Element rings work perfectly. The scope also comes with excellent instructions. You get a leaflet which gives you precise information about the reticle, the mil radian aim off marks, etc, and it shows you how to use it and also how to measure target distance using the reticle if that's something you want to do. Secondary to that, there's the full manual which gives you all the information you need about setting up the scope, all the specifications, how to set eye relief correctly, how to set scope reticle focus correctly to make sure your eyes are as relaxed as possible. Essentially, this is the same as most scopes, but it's nice to show that it's a good instruction manual supplied with it. So for people who haven't had a scope like this before, they can both set it up and if necessary make notes in it as well to keep track of their own performance requirements. At the back of the scope there's a fast focus eyepiece which allows you to correct for your eyesight to make sure you've got your reticle in pin sharp precision picture. Now, eye relief varies from 3.6 to 4 inches, which is 91 to 101 millimeters throughout the magnification range. This is not uncommon. Most scopes vary a little bit, some a little bit more than others. But importantly, when I was shooting from different positions, from prone, from sitting, from standing, I was able to stay within the eye box and make sure I had a really nice image with no vignettes around it. Long-range performance worked in correlation with previously attained dope or data on previous engagement. So the clicks on the scope are representative of exact milliradian adjustments. Of course, the wind always has a huge influence shooting, especially with rimfire at longer distances, so you still have to make up for it on the day. The eye box was forgiving from most shooting positions, and I had no problem attaining a vignette-free picture. The Crimson Trace, in my opinion, is a very pure scope. It offers great functional practicality with no excessive additional add-ons that you don't really ever need. It's made to a high standard. It has a lifetime warranty with it as well, so you can rely on it for the use of your gun. The 30mm tube offers plentiful mounting space to put it on either a rimfire or a centre-fire rifle, and as I've said before, the finish on the tube is superb, and I really like the grippy knurling on both the magnification control and the turrets themselves. Image quality was excellent. I think it's totally in line with the price point of the scope and the functionality it offers. I found it easy to use with no problem, easy to set up zero, and it gave me no problems dialing out to longer distances with accurate click values that corresponded perfectly with previous dope data I have attained on rifles like this with this ammunition, so I was completely happy using it. Thank you to Sportsman Gun Centre for sending me this scope. The current retail price is £619.99, so please look on the website. I'll put the link in the description, and I'll also put the link to the Crimson Trace website so you can see any details I haven't mentioned. But in the meantime, please like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell, and don't forget to keep track of the regular uploads. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.